Hey guys, Kamen here with another review. This time I'll be doing the WAP 05 Kamen Rider Wizard Flame Dragon from Kamen Rider Wizard. This is the 5th entry in the Wizard Action Please series, and is the Wizard Dragon infused upgrade to Wizard Flame style. So, this set includes a few things: the figure, 3 accessories, and 1 dragon part. So, like I explained in my haul video, I actually did not review the Wizard Action Please figures, or rather the rest of them, for a long time. Not because I had them and wasn't interested in doing so, but because I didn't have them. It was something I put off for a long time, but eventually I just decided that I wanted to complete the line, and so I bought them, and so I will be continuing to review them now. So of course, gonna start where I left off, which was Flame Dragon here. So, let's start by taking a look at the figure. So like I said, this is an upgraded version of Wizard Flame style. And the most notable difference here is basically a color inversion. Whereas Flame style was mostly black with some red, Flame Dragon is mostly red with some black. There are also some added armor pieces, as well as other cosmetic changes made. For a better comparison, and for a more detailed comparison, we'll look at compared to Wizard Flame style. So starting with the head, you see that it still has the same round ruby shape. But the first difference you'll notice is that whereas Flame style uses clear parts, Flame Dragon has the entire face painted in metallic red. There is a give and take here. While it means that you don't have the light up gimmick from Flame style, the metallic red paint does help highlight the different gem cuts and makes it stand out a lot more. You'll also see that the twin antenna and the yellow forehead gem have been replaced by a red ruby gem with a gold fastener. And then on top of the upper parts, we have 2 dragon horns, and then a dragon snout in the middle. On the sides, you can see that the flat circle parts have now been replaced by embedded rubies. They're also painted metallic red. Going down to the chest, you can see a completely new design has been implemented, with a dragon head motif, the snout running down the body, then the 2 metallic eyes on the side, and the gems, instead of being on the sides, are now along the upper chest, being these 4 rounded gems, also painted metallic red. For the shoulders, instead of a Wizard Dragon design, they've now become 2 ruby rings, once again with a lot of nice detailed cuts and metallic red paint. The Wizard drivers are identical. You'll also notice that for the wristbands, it's also another inversion where the metallic red has been replaced by black. And for the rings, if you look closely, you'll likely see that what was originally a molded flame ring is now a molded Flame Dragon ring. Though for the other side you still have a generic spell ring. The coat also has a different design. Instead of being this kind of flat look, it now billows out to the side more and has more of a natural cloth fold. The knee guards, instead of just being black and blending in with the legs, have now been painted metallic silver. And like with the wrist cuffs, the anklets are now black instead of metallic red. And they even changed up the back of the design of the back as well. A little bit of line detailing on the coat. Articulation wise, it's standard for the Wizard Act and Please series. Ball joint head, for mine it's a little tight, and it is naturally limited by the collar, but you can kind of get around the collar by tilting the head up. 360 shoulder rotation. Arms go in and out. Have a bicep swivel. Single joint elbows. Wrist swivel. 2 finger joints. Waist rotation 360 degrees. Legs go forward and back, in and out. Once again, the cape is a pliable material, so you want to be careful not to put it in a pose that stretches out the cape to a certain point for too long, or it will retain that position. And to fix that, I recommend holding on to the plastic insert tray that it came with, so that if necessary you can put it back into the tray and then let it sit there to basically readjust to its original position. Thigh rotation. Single joint knees with a very deep bend since there isn't any excess armor. And then ball joint ankles. Next for his accessories, we'll start out with his wizard sword guns. Includes both of them in clear red. You got the open gun mode and open sword mode. Though this is kind of unfortunate since it means that within the Wizard Action Please series, there's no way to get an open sword mode in the regular colors, since the regular Wizard Flame style came with an open gun mode and a closed sword mode. But you can still equip one, or even equip both if you want to, as Flame Dragon has been known to dual wield, though he usually dual wields 2 sword modes instead of a sword mode and a gun mode. And naturally that's thanks to his copy ring. And the third accessory, and one exclusive to Flame Dragon, is the Drago Timer. So while this is a black plastic piece, it's mostly painted in metallic silver, and has a lot of intricate detail for something so small. You can see all the different grooves on the bezel, the detailing of the dial. You actually see a lot of detail molded inside to replicate the sticker pattern that was inside the Drago Timer. Have molded lines for the fingers, the thumb. Even fully molded the little dragon piece on the ring part, as well as giving a little bit of texture to one of the straps. So that clips to his right arm, just by pegging it in right here. Goes on quite nicely. It does fit around the wrist cuff. You can still pose it with it. So it's quite a nice accessory to have. And finally, we have his Drago part, the Drago Skull, which is a basically miniaturized version of the Wizard Dragon's head. So you can see that it has a lot of detail here. The base color is black plastic, but it also has the 2 horns in yellow, with a lot of nice paint apps, such as the goldenrod for the neck with a scale pattern, gray for the snout, metallic red for the eyes and forehead gem, and metallic gold for the fastener. This also has a bit of articulation in that you can actually tilt it back Open up the mouth. And you can see that while there's not a lot of detail in there, they did take the time to mold in the bottom teeth. So that's quite nice. And of course, we can equip it to Wizard Flame Dragon. So to equip the Dragon Skull, it's actually pretty simple. Just take the figure, open up the dragon's mouth, and take it, and using these 3 clips, attach it on top here, within these 2 notches under the eyes. Just like so. Make sure it's nice and secure in place. And there you have Wizard Flame Dragon Special Mode. So here, of course, has the dragon, or the dragon skull attached to the chest. Can be articulated. And of course, you can pose him. Give him more of a look like he's shooting out fire. And make it as subtle or dynamic as you want. And you can still move the head side to side a bit, but it is best just to have the head facing straight, as the dragon's skull, while attached, can't be moved. That being said, it is quite a nice accessory and does add a new dynamic to the way it looks. Overall, Kamen Wizard Flame Dragon is a great figure. It has all the detail it needs. The articulation is fairly good for what it's worth, and it comes with all the accessories it has to, including the Drago Skull, which is nice for having that bit of articulation. And, unlike the first 4 figures, it also has something a bit more enticing. As you notice, there are some extra joints, those being for the other dragon parts that come with the other 3 dragon forms. So with this one, there is actually a little bit of an actual gimmick that correlates with other figures. And of course, we'll get to those other dragon parts when I get to the rest of the dragons. So, overall, I would definitely recommend this figure if you are collecting the Wizard Action Please line, especially if you plan to collect the other 3 dragon forms. And I'd say that this is probably the best option for collecting the dragon forms and the dragon parts, simply because, in terms of the SH figure arts, I've actually seen them myself, and honestly, the proportions for the figures are a lot better on the WAP series, as for some reason with the SHFs, they decided to make the torso very big, the mid section very small, and a lot of the proportions are off, and the other problem is that, as far as the dragon forms go, Flame Dragon was the only retail release. The other 3 were web exclusive, meaning it's a lot more expensive to try to collect those than it is to collect these. So if you're going for the dragon forms, I would definitely recommend the WAP figures. So, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and share my Facebook page at facebook.com/KRX50, as well as my channel for more videos. And for now, this is KRX50, writing off.